All right, guys, good morning. So today we are still in Galatians 5. Going to finish that up today. We're going to finish up the section called Walking in the Spirit. Today is verses 22 through 26. And a real quick note, I made the change, but yesterday's video, I typed it in as 19 through 18. That's backwards. I'm not sure why I did that, but I already made that change. I apologize for that little faux pas. So today is, oh yeah, welcome to our unique devotion. Don't forget that. And here's the scripture. Let's just get into it. 22 through 26 of Galatians 5. But the fruit of the Spirit is, listen, love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such there is no law. And those who are Christ's have crucified the flesh with its passions and desires. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Let us not become conceited, provoking one another, envying one another. So yesterday's question, what the Spirit isn't. Hopefully you spent a little bit of time throughout the day reflecting on what the Spirit isn't, and there were many examples given here in the book of Galatians in chapter 5. So today, what is the Spirit? That's good. He talks about what it isn't, and then he finishes with what it is. And he goes over these things. I'm going to read them one more time. The Spirit is love. It's joy, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. This is not a how-to-do list, because he says against such there is no law. It isn't a do this, do that, step 1, step 2. That becomes a law. It's an experience, and it's the experience in action. It's the experience in your mind that you're having with love, with joy, with peace, with long-suffering, kindness. Long-suffering doesn't necessarily mean forced pain. It means more like, a quick example, you have cancer and you suffer for a long time going through chemotherapy, changing your diet, changing your daily habits in order to try to overcome that, and it may take years. That's long suffering, not giving up, keeping the hope, always looking towards the brighter future. That's long suffering. Okay? Kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. These are things that we have to experience. So again, it's not a to-do list that if you do love, if you do joy, if you do peace, you automatically gain it. It's not a check-off list. It's an experience. And it's something you have to grow and build in. And when you are in these things, when you feel that experience happening, when you're loving someone, when you're loving yourself, when you feel joy towards situations and people and yourself, when you feel peace come over you regardless of your circumstances, that is the Spirit acting. And to some extent it needs to be practiced. And it's not a to-do practice. It's that as you connect more with God, especially by reading the scripture and reflecting, praying, and meditating to God about your life circumstances, as you do that, you build that connection, you build that communication. Therefore, you start to love more. You start to experience joy more, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. You experience these things more and more and more in a more robust, more fulfilling way. And then you can always come back to that if you get pulled away from it a little bit, you can always reconnect back to the Spirit. It's just sort of how life is. Life is a little messy. It's not a one-time switch where the Spirit's just on and it's constantly there. It's not even a switch. It's I keep using the word experience, but there's really no other way to explain it than by using that word. So today, if you're not sure what the Spirit is, and maybe even yesterday was a little bit confusing trying to figure out what the Spirit in your life isn't, today I encourage you, above all others, to really focus on what the Spirit is. And if you look for the experience of these love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, if you look for that experience today, you will come across what the Spirit is. And then remember that and reflect on it. Try to land it right here in your heart. On that note, I hope God gives you all the blessings you deserve, and even more so, all the blessings you don't deserve. Please like this video. Please subscribe.